In part 3 of our series on the commandments of Torah, the main positive mitzvot has to do with our attitude and approach to HaShem, while the negative one points out how not to approach HaShem and all He has created. The positive commandment, you shall fear HaShem your Elohim, which is found in 2 places in Torah, Devarim, Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 13, and again in chapter 10 and verse 20. This positive mitzvot is followed by the command from part 2 of the series, which said to love HaShem. It is followed here by the command to fear HaShem. But what does the Torah mean here by fear? The Hebrew word for fear is tireh, and originates from the root word yarai. It holds a threefold meaning which all apply to this particular commandment. To fear HaShem in the context of these verses in Devarim, first and foremost, means to hold HaShem in great reverence and awe. It also carries the most common understanding of fear in the sense of terror or dread, as well as acute moral awareness, that is, recognizing the divine majesty and authority of HaShem, creator of all that is. For these 2 commandments, the intent isn't just about being scared of HaShem, but rather cultivating reverence, awe, and humility before the source. The positive commandment, I will be hallowed among the children of Israel. I am HaShem who sanctifies you. Vayikra, Leviticus 22, verse 32. Apart from being a light to the nations and repairers of the world, tikkun olam, as Jews our primary responsibility and great privilege is to sanctify or set apart Adonai's Shem, His name. We do this by our behavior, publicly and privately, through our obedience to Hashem's Torah. There is no other way around this commandment. As Jews and for all righteous Gentiles and Noachides, submitting our lives even unto death, if needed, in keeping Hashem's way, is how we set apart and keep holy the name of the Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. When the world looks at us and how we live, they must see holiness, which is something that will compel them to want to know Hashem, or in some cases for those who arrogantly and willingly have placed themselves beyond help, run from Him. To be a light to the nations, the light of Torah needs to be burning brightly in our own lives. That will draw some and force others to want to flee, but we need to shine forth as a beacon. The negative commandment, but the 7th day is Shabbat to HaShem, your Elohim. You shall not do any work, you, your son, your daughter, your servant, your maidservant, your animal, and your convert within your gates. For in 6 days HaShem made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and He rested on the 7th day. Therefore HaShem blessed the Shabbat and sanctified it. Shemot, Exodus 20, verses 10 and 11. This mitzvot is one of the most commonly known among all peoples, regardless of their religious affiliation. The 7th day of Shabbat, or what is commonly referred to as Saturday, is the most special day on the Jewish calendar, superseding even the most high holy days. Its significance is highlighted in the command itself. It is the day that Hashem rested from all His initial creative works. But then we come to what defines work as it relates to us humans, and in particular us Jewish humans. The written Torah isn't specific on defining the word as it relates to work. The Hebrew word for work in this verse is malakah and strongly implies carrying out a task, duty, or commission. However, malakah doesn't mean labor in the sense of toil or hard work. That word would be avodah. Instead, it refers to purposeful, creative work, the kind of constructive, creative activity associated with creation itself. Our sages of blessed memory laid out in the oral Torah the 39 categories of malacha in rabbinic tradition derived from the kinds of work in the building of the Mishkan, or Beit HaMikdash, the temple. Touching on those will be for a future video or posting. Hashem willing, look for part 4 of this series next week. I want to thank all of you who hunger and thirst after Hashem's Torah and love learning all His mitzvot as we look and learn of them each week during this series on the 613 commandments of Torah. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and most importantly, share with others. Help get these teachings on Hashem's Torah out to others who are searching for the truth that can only be found in His words. Please leave your comments and questions below, or you can email them to me to shmu@startmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, this is Shmuel ben Shlomi of Shmu's Views, wishing you shalom.